It's been a while since I've done a channel update, and there's a lot going on in Geek Gamer land, as you can see here from the kind of mishmash of stuff I've got on the desk right now. So I thought I would just do a brief video talking about some of the things that are going to be on the channel soon, and also following up with a couple of things I had talked about before. You can see here over on the right, this is a setup for Dungeon Saga, and I've got, this is like my third attempt at doing a video for this game because I had some fits and starts with it due to some of the rules, and then I had some technology issues and actually found recently that I had filmed a whole bunch of stuff that got lost. So it's been a little frustrating on a bunch of different levels and my own little dungeon saga with the game, but I find this game really charming. Just showing you here one of the quest books I've got. I've got a bunch of, I bought a whole bunch of this stuff in a lot, and this is the basic quest. I also have this Infernal Crypts, and I'm going to be doing, I also got the Adventurer's Companion, which is, of course, the solo, or the allegedly solo rule set for it. Here's the Adventurer's Companion here. It's a nice hardcover book, and I will be presenting what I'm going to call something along the lines of Dungeon Saga solo hack, because I will be creating, you can't see it here, but I've got these stacks of cards here that are going to be creating part of the story. This is going to go off the rule set greatly with my house rules to make this work solo, and I've been playing it and experimenting with some things about that. So that's coming up. It was supposed to be next. I don't know if it will be next because of the technology issues that I had, but we shall see. I also have in this copy of Legends Untold. This is the Weeping Caves novice set, and I did the only Kickstarter video I've ever done was on this game. The designer had reached out to me and asked if I was interested, and I did that a while ago. And I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on that with this, I believe this is a production copy of the game, and I'm going to be discussing it, demoing some gameplay, and talking about its promise as a big adventure game in a little box. This is the entire box size, so that will be coming up shortly. And I'm also going to be doing a game that is of a genre that I don't really play a lot and I don't really treat on the channel, which is, I guess, worker placement you would call it. This is a game called Obsession that I will be getting shortly, and I'm interested in it due to the theme of the game, which is a I'm not sure the exact time frame that it covers, but it covers, I guess, the Regency, Romantic, Victorian era period, roughly, maybe a little bit later than that, also the early 20s, and you are managing a manor house, as far as I understand it, and in an effort to be a successful lord, I guess, of the manor. And I have a personal interest in this era, and so that's going to be coming up as well. A little bit different. It is a solo game. Well, it is a solo as well as competitive game. I will be demoing it solo, of course, for the channel. We've got some RPG stuff coming also. I've been playing Spirit of 77 and doing some, I'll call them episodic games within there. It lends itself very much to the genre of episodes, whether it be, well, TV really for me, action adventure TV that I grew up loving, and that's going to be coming up at some point. I need a little bit more time with it and thought about how to present it, but that you'll be seeing that at some point in the future. And I'm also going to go once again old school, back to yet another three-ring binder situation video where I'm going to be dealing with a sort of mashup of this Songs of Blades and Heroes mini rule set, and this is the version from 2012. I guess the original version was from 2007, and I'm going to be pairing it with some of the, it is, as I said, a minis rule set. I'm also going to be, they have a dungeon crawler type of rule set as well, and they have some wilderness rules. The dungeon, let's see what this one is called. So the Song of Gold and Darkness is are the dungeon rules for this, and there are also wilderness rules for it, and these are... The wilderness rules are the Song of Wind and Water. I'm going to be probably doing mostly wilderness rules with it, not completely sure, and I am definitely going to be also incorporating some of the magic from an old SPI RPG from 1980 called Dungeon Quest, and possibly a D&D supplement that was written for a ranger character also in 1981, no, excuse me, in 1986. This was published in, I think it was Dragon Magazine, and I have one of my viewers' comments to thank for alerting me to the existence of this, which is something that I found. And interestingly, it appears to be written by a woman, Deborah Christian. Systems for giving the class more skills, the Ranger Redefined. I do want to work with this somehow. I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate this into the mini rules and also the Dragon Quest SPI RPG. Not sure about all of that, but something, one or two videos on a kind of old school fantasy mashup is also on the way. And finally, I wanted to give you an update on two games that I talked about in sort of a semi-update that I had, where I called it, I think, Geek Gamers Goes to London. I bought and played War of the Worlds, which was the Ares Magazine reissue premiere game, and I intended to bring you a video on it, and I'm not going to bring you a video on it, most likely, at least right now, because I'll just show you a couple of the Legends Untold things as we're talking here. I found that game, as written, a little bit lacking in interest and depth for me. There was a lot of potential there, but I was just... here's a hitch in time. I know I'm just confusing things, right, by showing you some cards, but I know people are interested in this Legends Untold material. I found it a little bit lacking, and I need to go back to it at some point and see if I can do something with it that enriches it for me. So that may happen in the future. I don't know. And then the final one was London's Burning, which is an Avalon Hill solo designed war game, and I fully intended to bring you a video on that, but it took up more table space. You can see I don't have a lot of space here to work with. This is my entire basic setup for basically 10 months of the year, and it took up just too much space, so I can't play that now. It's probably going to be a summer project for me, along the lines of the space that I was working with when I did Magic Realm, because I have more access to a bigger table over the summer, unless my family allows me to leave something set up on our dining room table, and that is a tough nut to crack. So London's Burning is probably going to wait until the summer, but I plan on getting to it. I'm interested in getting to it. And I will just end by showing you, I got a copy of, an unpunched copy of this game, war game called Grunt, which is a... it was in an S&T magazine. I'll put the date up. I can't remember it offhand, on the Vietnam War. And what has always interested me about this game, aside from the great title, is the fact that it did come with some solo mechanism and built right into the game. So here's a look at I guess we'll find the date here. Well, we can't see the date easily. Awesome art, I think, here. Yes, 1971. Oh, wow. So this is really old. And it does have in the basic rules some solo, the order of battle chart, and some solo possibilities. And I think it's very thematic, because in this game, oh here, the solitaire game right here. So that had always interested me about it, and I'm also interested in general in the Vietnam War just as a historical subject to read about and also to game about. And I think the solo mechanism here, where the units are hidden and flipped over, is also very thematic as you travel through this village. So that is that's in the house, as it were, and I don't have a video planned on it right now, but I am very excited to have obtained it, and I certainly will be playing it at some point, and most likely creating a video on it, because I haven't really seen any videos on this game as far as I know. And I'll just leave you with the tidbit that I'm also going to be doing my most requested game so far that I can tell on my channel comments. I'm going to be bringing you at some point. It is a small game, it is a card game, and it's a game that I've talked about but not demonstrated. So people want to see it, and that is coming up as well.